everyone, Pam Gregory, astrologer. I'm going to be speaking with you today about the first half of September and the full moon that we have coming up in Pisces on the 6th. However, just to recognise that we're still within very intense eclipse energy. The total solar eclipse, which was incredibly powerful, isn't just for one day, the 21st of August. That will resonate and influence us for at least the next 6 months and probably the next 3 years. It will very much affect America as well. And when we look back in history, I believe this total solar eclipse will mark the pivot point, if you like, the beginning of a whole new episode for America to do with its restructuring, to do with its transformation, and to do with a kind of rebirth for America. Very much linked to power structures in America, governments, important institutions, and also the whole financial system, I think, because Pluto, if we look at the natal chart of America and so-called natal chart, this was at the Declaration of Independence on the 4th of July, 1776 at 5:10 in the afternoon in Philadelphia. Pluto there is in the second house of money and values. So the US is coming up to what's known as its Pluto return. Pluto up in the heavens, forming a whole circuit and coming back to that same place as it was in July 1776. So that is to do with profound transformation, the rebirth of the country. And what needs to be decided now and going forwards, because this will continue through till 2022, 2023, so it's a long period. Pluto is in the second house of values. What values does the US espouse? What values does it represent? Is it capitalism? Is it division? Is it pollution of the earth? Or is it equality? Is it fairness? Is it respect for all sentient beings? Is it reverence for the earth? Is it love? Which values are going to predominate in that rebirth? So this is a choice that all of us can contribute to, because all of us are contributing all the time, whether we know it or not, to the collective consciousness. And it's each of our individual contributions that will make a difference as to which values are pursued over those years to form a new America. And I feel that very deeply in my bones. But the intense eclipse energy certainly will continue, particularly the first 10 days of September. I think it's going to be very strong because, as well as the eclipse, on the 1st of September, we have the moon coming together to conjunct Pluto at 17 of Capricorn. So that always represents intensity, that aspect, but it gives tremendous focus. So see where 17 of Capricorn falls in your chart, because it's terrific for setting a goal and achieving it. Set an intention and you'll get a lot done that day. On the 3rd of the month, Mars comes to the solar eclipse degree of 28 of Leo. So it re-energizes, if you like, that degree. Mars also comes together with the North Node in late Leo. And that, of course, is part of this ongoing grand trine in fire that I've been talking about. So Mars and the North Node in Leo are trining Uranus at 28 of Aries, and they're both trining Saturn at 21 of Sagittarius. So this grand trine in fire is hugely inspiring. It brings up new ideas, very future-oriented in terms of how you can take your life forward. But Mars will give energy, extra impetus to that. On the 3rd of the month also, Mercury is reactivating that solar eclipse degree at 28 of Leo. So Mercury and Mars are together at this point. And it's almost as if they're giving that solar eclipse degree another kick. So it's like a whole fresh start, another kind of replay of the solar eclipse. So it's a great opportunity to initiate then, because we still have the eclipse energy with us, but these two planets conjunct at that 28 of Leo are incredibly positive for the beginning of a new project, whether it's a business project, you're launching something, or launching a new book, as I am, on the 5th, because the 3rd to the 6th, we're really going to feel that new kick, if you like, to the eclipse degree. It's also conjunct Regulus, the fixed star Regulus, again in the heavens, and that suggests leadership and success if you have handled power well. If you've not handled power well, Regulus doesn't work so well. And of course, this is reactivating the chart of President Trump, because you have probably heard from previous videos that the eclipse fell right on his ascendant, his Mars, and again his natal Regulus. So he is also having his Mars return. Now Mars is about your assertiveness or your aggression, so there's going to be a lot happening for President Trump around issues of assertion, around issues of leadership, around issues of identity and how he projects to the world because it's on his ascendant. So all of that is going to be a sort of replay, again, between the 3rd and the 6th of the month, but particularly around the 3rd. We also have a grand trine in Earth. So as well as the grand trine in fire, we have another one in Earth. And grand trines are considered quite fortuitous. They're equilateral triangles. So the one in Earth, which is, I'm talking particularly around the full moon on the 6th, we have the Sun at 13 of Virgo, trine to Pluto at 17 of Capricorn, and trine to an asteroid I haven't mentioned before called Pallas Athena at 14 of Taurus. Now, Pallas Athena is about wisdom. It's very much about the evolution of consciousness. So many of us are going to be feeling real jumps and shifts with this eclipse energy in our consciousness. It's very, very much about justice. There's a big theme here about justice, because not only is Pallas Athena highlighted in that grand trine, we have Eris in Aries being aspected. I'll talk about that in a moment. Spiritual warrior for justice, and of course we have Jupiter in Libra, the sign of justice, fairness and equality. So a lot around justice and equality versus inequality in society. This grand trine in Earth is again very positive for your financial success, your career success, particularly if it falls in your 2nd house, your 6th house, or your 10th house. So see where 17 of Capricorn falls, because it's already positive, but on the 28th of the month, Pluto's going to go direct, and it's going to help you even more with that success and empowerment. So super positive in terms of initiation at that time. Then on the 6th of the month, we have the full moon at 13 degrees 53 minutes of Pisces. Now this happens at just a couple of minutes after midnight Pacific time, and it happens at 8:02 a.m. UK time. Now this is a beautiful full moon. It's dreamy, it's romantic, it's ethereal, it's mystical, it's really beautiful. If we think of the qualities of Pisces, they're connected with miracles, with healing, with unconditional love, with compassion, with sensitivity. It's wonderful for creativity, for your intuition, which may be heightened at this time, particularly at a full moon, your imagination. And the Piscean side of this is so emphasized because it isn't simply the full moon in Pisces. The full moon happens to be with it very tightly conjunct Neptune, which rules Pisces, and the Sun is tightly opposing Neptune in Pisces. So we've got a kind of double or even triple whammy of Neptune and Pisces here. So it is a beautiful energy to be in nature, to listen to music, to create, to paint, to meditate, but really tune in. Neptune is about a fine perception, so tune in. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity for that. Now, as always, there is the less positive side of Neptune, which is connected to, well, any full moon can reveal secrets, but secrets are particularly connected to Neptune because they are to do with deception, even as strong as that, deception or scandals or things not being as they seem. So the full moon could really shine a light, and we could see some secrets revealed around this time. But it's also a culmination. It can be the fruits of your labour. It can be a closure. So see where 1353 of Pisces falls in your chart, and you'll understand how that's working for you. If you don't know where these aspects fall in your chart, do check out this link appearing above, and that will take you to my store. You can buy a 2-part tutorial video series. You can download a free birth chart from my website, and you can understand with much greater richness what these updates mean for you. Then on the 5th of the month, just a few hours before the full moon, in fact, Mercury moves direct. It moves direct on that solar eclipse degree at 28 of Leo. The same day, Mars moves from Leo into Virgo. So see where 0 degrees of Virgo falls in your chart, because Mars is going to activate, pour energy, give focus to that area of your life, but in a practical way. It's very detail focused. It's also about efficiency, you know, getting down to work and making things run like clockwork, make them very efficient and very practical. So that's a very helpful shift from Mars in Leo to Mars into Virgo. We're going to see some very strong energy round about the 9th of the month, maybe a couple of days to either side, because on the 9th, the moon moves to conjunct Eris and Uranus in Aries. The moon represents the people in global astrology. So this is eruptive, revolutionary energy. We could see more protests or marches round about this time. On the same day, the 9th, Jupiter is exactly to the minute opposing Eris, the spiritual warrior, in Aries. So again, this can suggest social unrest of some kind, marches, protests. So watch around the 9th, because we could see more of that. And again, it's on the themes that I've already talked about of justice, equality, and fairness. So a lot going on in this first half of September. If you'd like more detail, because in my newsletter, my monthly newsletter, I go into much more detail and look at some of the bigger themes. I write between 5,000 and 6,000 words each time, so just subscribe on my website, pamgregory.com. You can see other teaching videos that you can buy from that website too. But also on the 5th of the month, following the cosmic winds, as I say, I have a new book coming out. I'm going to be doing a separate video on that, and that is called How to Co-Create Using the Secret Language of the Universe. Have a wonderful full moon in Pisces, and thank you so much for listening.